Hello guys, and welcome to this video on adding plagues into EU4. Now in Crusader Kings 2, plagues are an essential feature in the game, and it really adds something. In EU4 however, diseases lack good representation in the game, with just some random events that aren't very inspiring, such as quarantine the ports. I mean, I'm not really scared of that. This hardly does anything, and lacks the damage caused by epidemics. Diseases should reflect our history while playing the game. You, or nations around you, should therefore be able to be derailed by the onset of an epidemic. I suggest you should add a number of diseases, and diseases would spawn in a province based on its characteristics. A disease I think should be added is the plague. The plague is an old world disease that will originate in Asia. Both the bubonic plague and many others originate from Asia. The plague should cause unrest and make institutions spread much slower, and perhaps a reduction in income due to tax inefficiency. It should spawn in Asia every 60 years or so, and the severity is dependent on the size of the nation. A second disease is malaria. Outbreaks should spawn in tropical regions in Africa. It should cost the nation in both production output and development cost to reflect its history of hindering development in these regions. The severity, however, is dependent on the nation. I believe nations in Africa should have higher resistance to it than European countries. It should spawn every 50 years or so. Another potential disease is yellow fever, and this should be a new world disease that hurts expansionists and colonial nations going into Africa and the Americas. It has a high fatality rate, so should affect both attrition and manpower. You should be able to get it in your army, and this could completely turn the tables in war, and adds a completely different dynamic to the game. The fourth potential disease is influenza, which can strike anywhere, and should lead to a slowdown in your economy. Other nations would get the option potentially to block off trade with you, depending on your relation with them. The action other nations take change the severity of the disease. Overall, this disease will affect building costs and trade power. Finally, I think we should add smallpox. This disease has plagued the old world for ages, but would wreak havoc on the new world. It should spawn in North and South America once colonizers arrive, and should give the province 0.2 monthly devastation. It should affect natives more, and potentially make it easier to colonize the new world. There are many more diseases you could add as well. Some ways to prevent the diseases are you could add hospitals, which would be a new building that reduces the likelihood of diseases occurring. Also, events such as an increase in medical supplies could also reduce the chance of disease occurring. What could be positive for the player is that you can take advantage of countries who are larger than you and attack them when they are weak. Thank you guys for watching, and let me know what you think in the comments about this potential add-on to the game.
Hello my children, I must give you a message. Subscribe to the social streamers for eternal salvation.